Think we are live. Yes, honey. It is showtime. It is go time. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Hello there, my tribe. Coating the throat. A little bit of tea, a little coating for the throat. Yes, honey. Let us get ready for this edition of Thirsty Thursdays. Y'all come on in, tribe. Come on in the room, honey. Come, darlings. Come on in. Share the link. Let someone know that you have arrived and you are ready. Yes. Ready for the outpouring of the overflow that is about to go forth. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Hello there. Hi. Welcome into the tribe. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. Oh my goodness. Welcome to this week's Thirsty Thursdays. If you are new here, I am Rosa So Regal, and this is my YouTube channel. This is my podcast style series, Thirsty Thursdays, that I bring to you every Thursday. And this is just our way of like chatting and catching up. This is me really just pouring out the overflow that God is depositing into me, and I'm sharing it with you. So when you come to Thirsty Thursdays, make sure you have your cup, honey. Make sure you have your glass so that we can raise a toast to the lifestyle we love to live the most, which we'll get to towards the end. But when you come to Thirsty Thursdays, honey, make sure you are ready for the outpouring, because there's going to be some pouring that's going to go in your cup. And I want your cups to be filled. I want your cups to be full. I want your cups to be overflowing. Honey, I want you to have everything that you need, okay? Yes, come on in. Welcome into the tribe. Come on in, guys. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all feeling today? Make some noise, light the chat up, and let me know, how are you feeling? How is it going? How was your day? Are you ready for the outpouring? Are you ready? Are you a thirsty soul that's in need of replenishing, honey? Are you in need of quenching? What is it giving? You guys let me know so we can go ahead and get started in today's episode, today's chit chat, today's live. Yes, honey, going to be coming to you from the book of release, my thoughts and writing, my best-selling journal. Of course, if you don't have your copy, you got to get you a copy. Hello there. Hi. Welcome in. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started then. The tribe has arrived. Honey, the people are coming. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We shall. We're going to open up in a word of prayer. You guys know the routine. If you're new here, honey, we go to the Father and we get guidance. So let's go talk today. Dear Heavenly Father, I am so grateful and so thankful for this opportunity, for this moment, for just the platform to be able to speak a word. And I ask that you would impart within me the words to speak. What is it that you want the tribe to hear and to receive on today? Allow your spirit to fill me up and allow me to be reduced to the lowest terms. I need you to intercede, Holy Spirit. I need you to invade and I need you to intervene in this very moment. And I ask that no weapon formed against this live stream, against the Wi-Fi, against the guests watching will prosper. It's going to be an amazing outpouring of the overflow. And I just ask for forgiveness of my sins so this prayer isn't hindered. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Yes, come in, darlings. I wish I could see it all. Hi, how are you guys? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started since the tribe has arrived. Yes, honey. So Thirsty Thursdays tonight, we are discussing all things concerning false expectations. Is it true or is it false? I've already released you. Yes, honey, I've already set you free indeed. I've already removed the confinement and the shackles and the chains. We are setting free from the false expectations on tonight. So let's go ahead and get right into it, so we don't take up too much of your time. Now listen, when you are in a season of releasing, okay, you're releasing your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your expectations, your fears, your desires, your plans, all of the things. This writing prompt, as you know, if you have the journal, you have different writing prompts, and it prompts you to really go in to do a deep dive, honey, to peel back the layers, peel back the onions, okay? When you start peeling back the onions and the layers, you begin to cry. You begin to shed some tears. Anybody that's ever cooked with onions, you already know what time it is. When you start peeling back them onions and cutting them up, honey, them tears be watering and you be over there crying in the kitchen trying to cook the onions, child, because they to pull back some things. And this is what I encourage you to do when you go into your journal, when you do your writing prompts. I encourage you to pull back the covers, pull back the layers, take off the mask, really go introspectively, be honest with yourself, do a deep dive and release. So today we're going to be releasing false expectations. We're going to be releasing false expectations, yes. And there are 3 writing prompts in here that I'm going to walk you through. And I want you guys to kind of sit with it, listen to it, and then I want you to be able to release yourself as well, okay? So the first writing prompt, or should I say the first pour that is going to go over into your cup, today it is asking you to release false expectations associated with what? Yes, the writing prompt says today, I release false expectations associated with what? What exactly do you need to release the false expectations associated with? Is it a relationship that you hoped would work out and it didn't? Is it a job that you were hoping to get? Is it a friendship that you were looking to become a part of? Like, exactly what false expectations? Is it someone or is it something that you've been associating these expectations that you hope, that you wish would come true and they don't? Maybe they don't have the ability to do it. Maybe they don't have the capacity to fulfill it. Maybe they don't have the emotional intelligence or the awareness. You understand what I'm saying? So the false expectations, they linger, they go. And so when we talk about false expectations, what exactly are we talking about? So the definition of false expectations, it says a belief or hope that something will happen. Yes, a false expectation is simply just a belief. It is a hope that something will happen. And of course, honey, I had to add my little 2 cents to it, okay? Because when I think about a false expectation, it's not just a belief or a hope. It's a desire. It's an attachment. It's a feeling. It's a mindset that something will happen or that someone will act right or they will show up. Like, there's so many things that we can associate with expectations. And sometimes we get disappointed because, number one, we don't even know the expectations we have for ourselves, let alone the expectations that we place on other people. So if you've been in a relationship and it didn't work out, then you probably had some false expectations of that individual. You probably went in with the wrong expectations, and now here you are, broken up, you've gone your separate ways, and you're starting to really see that the expectations that I had in place, they didn't meet and they didn't exceed. Because why? Was I even aware? If they had the understanding and the knowledge of what these expectations were, sometimes we be expecting and demanding things of people that they don't even possess themselves. So of course they can't give it to us. So let's get back to this writing prompt, shall we? Okay, so false expectations is basically a belief or a hope that something will happen, right? And so today we are releasing false expectations associated with what? This is what I wrote. I put anything and everyone that is beyond my control. Yes, God, honey, I am releasing false expectations with anything or anyone that is beyond my control. If I have to manipulate a favorable outcome to work out in my favor, I don't think, I'm going to have to go ahead and release that because that's beyond my control. Nothing should be forced. Nothing should be manipulated. It should flow. It should just rightfully flow if that is in the space that you're currently occupying. But when you've got to force something, when you've got to go beyond your control, which you don't even really have control of, let's just be honest. You don't even really have control. If you've got to go beyond your control to make something work for you, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. it's probably not going to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to force, we want to flow. And with releasing things and people that are beyond my control, honey, I've realized that, listen, what God has for me is for me. And I will take possession of it when it's time for me to have it. Anything else, you gotta go. So, in talking about false expectations, the idiom for false expectations is a fool's paradise. Now, when you think about fool's paradise, what exactly are you thinking about, right? The false expectations that I'm living under, this pretense mind that I have set before me, I'm in a fool's paradise if I'm truly believing that something will happen or that someone will show up or that the deal will come through. False expectations will have you in a fool's paradise, thinking that it is very nice. And it's not. It's not. It's all false. It's all fallacies. It's falsehoods. It's not the reality of what truly is. So I'm going to need you to come up out of the fool's paradise, honey. It's time to come up out of the fool's paradise and let's go to a different paradise. I like to vacation right about now in like Honolulu, Maui, Bora Bora, somewhere tropical. Take me to that type of paradise, honey. I don't want to be in a fool's paradise thinking that it is and it's not. Thinking that you will and you won't. Thinking that you can and you can't. Take me up out of the fool's paradise. I don't want to be over there. So when we start talking about the fools and the fool's paradise and the foolish ways, honey, it reminds me of the book of Proverbs. And you know, if you've read the Bible and you've read the book of Proverbs, honey, even if you've read just one sentence in the book of Proverbs, you know how much it talks about wisdom. And it talks about fools and not being foolish or living a foolish life. Baby, the book of Proverbs will read the girls and the boys down when it comes to that good old wisdom. So when it talks about wisdom, it says in Proverbs chapter 1, verses 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom. And fools despise instruction. That's what you do when you over there in that fool's paradise. You're despising of the wisdom. You're despising and disposing of the instruction. But when you have a healthy fear and a healthy respect and a healthy reverence for the Lord, this is where you get the knowledge. This is where you get the discernment. This is where you get the wisdom. This is where you get the strategy and the game. Yes, honey, when you have that fear of the Lord, and not fear is that, oh my God, I'm scared of him. But God, I respect you so much. I take reverence in you so much that I'm going to allow myself, come on, Holy Spirit, to honor you in such a way. I search for more of you. I seek after you. I thirst after you. Yes, God, honey, that's why you're at Thirsty Thursdays, because you're thirsting after him and you need more and you want that cup. You want that cup to be full, right? Yes, yes. So, I don't want you guys to be foolish. I don't want you out here making foolish mistakes. I don't want you lingering and laying in the fool's paradise, because fools do what? They despise wisdom. They lack understanding. They are quick to quarrel and anger. All of the things, honey, they have no self-control. We don't want that for you. That's not who you are, and that's not what you're going to be, okay? So let's move it along to the next pour. Are you ready for the next pour? Say, pour it out, honey. Yes, pour it out, pour it out. Okay, so the next pour that I'm going to be putting in your cup is the second prompt. And this one says, I no longer expect an outcome beyond my control because what? I want you to really think about that. And if you have pen and paper, I want you to write these down. I want you to really think about it. And before you respond to it, really go deep. Really sit with yourself and say, you know what? I no longer expect an outcome that is beyond my control. My eyes haven't seen it. My ears haven't heard it. And that's quite all right, because I'm not expecting an outcome that is beyond my control. I'm only expecting that which I can control. I'm only expecting that which my faith will take me so far as to believe and to receive. So my answer on this prompt was, I no longer expect an outcome beyond my control because the ending is left to the writer of the story and not the reader. Yes, the ending of how things are going to play out, it's left up to the writer of the story and not the reader. So if you've ever read a book before, especially a good book, and you were like in the beginning of the book or midway through the book, and you were like, oh, this is interesting, this is juicy, this has piqued my curiosity, like, yes, we're going somewhere with this. You couldn't wait to get to the ending of the story to see how it was going to play out. You weren't trying to force your way through the pages. You weren't trying to contrive this narrative in your head. You were just like, I'm going to read through the story and I'm going to get to the end of the story because I know the ending of the story, it's left up to the one that is writing the story. The reader will eventually get to the end, but the writer has already written the story. And sometimes in life, we have to be reminded that the story is still unwritten. God is writing the story of your life right now, honey. You are a co-author. You are a co-creator. You are a co-laborer in this thing called life with him. And he's writing your story. So the ending of the story and how it's going to play out, it's really up to him and not you. You have influence over it, but you don't have control. That's why we're releasing these false expectations of what we thought it would be, or it should be, or what it was supposed to be, because it's beyond our control. It goes ahead of us sometimes. And this is where you have to have that good sound wisdom and discernment to know, you know what? This is something that is outside of my range. This is something that I don't even have accessibility to anymore. So I'm going to have to release it. I'm going to have to let it go. I think I better let it go. You know what Teddy said. TKO. Sometimes you got to take that TKO, baby. Sometimes you got to let that knockout be a knockout, and then you come back swinging even harder, okay? And sometimes you also have to be okay with the fact that when you release those false expectations, you allow for God's perfect will to manifest, not his permissive will. Because sometimes when we go ahead of him and we step outside of his control, we got to stay outside to get it and to keep it and to manage it. You don't want to have to do that. And that's where God has to allow for his permissive will to take place. But when it's his perfect will, baby, you just surrender, you release, you let go, and you take a deep breath and you say, what God has for me, it is for me. And who God has for me, where they at? I'm just kidding. It's for me. It is for me. So as you're writing the story of your life, I want you to think about this. What is the story of your life currently saying about you? What is the story that you're writing about your life right now? Is it a story of overcoming? Is it a story of being triumphant and persevering? Is it a story of defeat? Honey, is it a story of depression? What's going on with your story? I really want to know. Drop down in the comments and let me know. If you don't want to share, that's fine. But what is the story of your life currently saying about you? What is it? What is the narrative that is being told? And you are the narrator of your story. So you know that you can control the narrative, right? So if it's something you don't like about your story, then you have the power to change it. I don't know if you're writing your story in pencil or in pen. But whatever you're writing it is, you have the ability, you have the power, honey, you have the sound mind. You've been equipped with everything that you need to rewrite the story. My story right now, it's personal development. It's self-care, womanhood, motherhood, self-mastery, honey. It's a lot of different things going on. And I realized that the ending of my story is left up to the creator of my life, the author and the finisher of my life. But I can contribute to the details of this story by the actions that I engage in, by the decisions that I make, by the choices, by the people, by the places, by all of the things. I have some influence over this story. I can add to the details to make it a real good story, okay? Okay, period. So I want you to really ask yourself, what is the story that my life is currently writing? What does my story say about me? And I want you to change the narrative if you don't like it. If you don't like it, change it. If you're not okay with it, change it. If you need to correct it, correct it. If you need to erase and start over, honey, if you need to do a reset, come back and research, whatever you need to do. Write the story. The rest is still unwritten. You know that, right? So you can write whatever you want on them pages when you release in your journal, okay? Yes, honey, light the chat up and let me know that you guys are enjoying the pour right now. Yes, you are enjoying the pour, the outpouring I'm putting into your cup. So let me add this into your cup as well. When you're writing the story of your life, keep in mind that it's not going to be your will that's going to be done. It's God's will that's going to be done. Luke chapter 22 verses 42 says, not my will, but thy will be done. So even as I'm writing the story, even as I'm changing the narrative, honey, I have to be okay with surrendering. Sometimes you just got to throw your hands up and you got to surrender and you just have to flow. Not grab a hold and try to manipulate and take advantage of, but just get in the flow of life, baby. Put the seatbelt on. Get in the seat with God and ride the waves of life. Sometimes we be trying to force it. We get in the driver's seat and he's like, I need you in the back seat out of the way with your seatbelt on, and I need you to enjoy the ride. I got this. I am the pilot of this plane, he says. I am the captain of this yacht. I am the conductor of this train. I got this. Just surrender to the flow, man. Just get in the flow of the Creator's design for your life. And I'm telling you, them false expectations gonna start coming off of you one after the other. It's gonna be like, oh, I had an expectation. Not anymore. Because at this point, I'm not holding you hostage to the belief or to the desire that something will happen or that someone will get it together or they will act right. It's not what you will do. It's what you are currently in progress of doing. Okay? Period. Because sometimes, honey, we be locked into the potentiality of what it could be or who they could become, and then we get disappointed because they never arrived. They never had the potential to arrive. They had the potentiality, but they never had the capacity. They never had the emotional awareness. They never had the maturity, the intelligence. Honey, they just didn't have it. And it's okay because sometimes we don't always have it. So we gotta, extend grace and forgive and keep it moving. So let's keep it moving, shall we? Yes, we shall, honey. To the last and final pour that is about to go forth in your cup. Yes. The last writing prompt that you have for today when you're releasing false expectations, it says, I remove all false expectations and embrace the reality of what? I remove all false expectations. I remove all thoughts, all feelings, all desires, all plans, and embrace the reality. I'm right now in my current present reality. Your life right now is the reality of the choices and the decisions that you've made. Embrace the reality of where you are. I release the false expectations. I release, the hopes and the dreams and the plans and the wishes, the desires. I release all of that. I had the vision board, I had the prayer board, I had all of my plans, and it didn't come to pass. So now I have to release all the false expectations, and I have to embrace the reality of, think about it, and then I want you to release it. So my answer was, I remove all false expectations and embrace the reality of that which is ahead and not behind. Yes, honey, I am embracing the reality of what's ahead and not what's behind. What's in my past has passed me, and I'm not going back to it. I can't go back and change it, but I'm embracing the reality of what lies ahead, because I know that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So if I have greater working in me, greater works are working on my behalf. I know that all things truly are going to work together for my good. I know that my eyes still have not seen. Yes, honey. And my ears still haven't heard. My mind hasn't conceived it. My heart hasn't received it. Not yet. But I know the expectations that I have when I trust God. I let him be who he is. I don't have to manipulate things to work out in my favor when I'm letting him be in control. Because I can't really control much of nothing. You know what I mean? I can't. I can't control the outcome, guys. You can't control the outcome. And the sooner we learn that, I feel like the better things will really start to flow in place for us. Things will really start to align for us, right? It's all about the perfect timing and the perfect alignment of the assignment that we've been put here to fulfill. So, that being said, honey, let me add this last little pour into your cup, okay? Brethren, let's go to the book of Philippians real quick. Philippians chapter 3, verses 13. It says, brethren. Now, when you're speaking in terms of brethren, you know that's got to be that's got to be some old talk when you talking about the brethren. He says brethren or brothers and sisters or y'all, depending on which translation. He says, listen, I do not consider that I have made it my own yet. I don't even consider the fact that I've made it my own yet. But the one thing I do, honey, listen, I forget what lies behind me and I reach forward to that which is ahead of me. I look forward. I'm posturing myself to move forward to that which is ahead of me and not that which is behind me. That's why I say, baby, you got to let the past be the past. The past is past and it's gone. So in the present reality, let's embrace where we are and let's look forward to that which is ahead, to that which we are headed to in the future. Yes? Okay, period. So I have a quick little homework assignment that I want to give you guys, and I really want you to sit with this. I want you to get your pen and paper, honey, as you are writing the story of your life. And I want you to go down the line of all of the things in your life, all of the attachments, all of the feelings, all of the emotions, all of the associations, all of the disappointments, all of the false expectations. And I want you to rebuke it. I want you to reject it. I want you to refute it. Honey, I want you to redefine it. I want you to replace it. Yes, I want you to reform it. I want you to remove it. If it's any false expectation that you currently are holding on to, that you've been lingering with and allowing to linger in your spirit and in your mind, it's been a disturbance in your emotion. It's had your head gone. It's had you up at night. It's had you stressing. It's had you worried. I want you to remove those things. Reject it, rebuke it, refute it. Honey, then I want you to reform it, redefine it, give it a new identity. And last but certainly not least, baby, I want you to release it. Yes, I want you to release that which you can no longer control. I want you to release the false expectations that you've allowed to go ahead of you and take precedence over the idea or the identity of what you thought it was supposed to look like or what you thought it was supposed to be. I want you to be okay with surrendering. I want you to be able to throw your hands up. Hey, ho, throw your hands up and surrender on this one. Take a deep breath when you surrender, baby. Let it all out. Let it all go. Let it all drip. Let it all flow. Just surrender. Just release. Okay? Can you do that for me? I need you to do that for me. Who is in the chat? Yes, honey. How y'all doing? These lights are super bright, so I can't see everything. But I thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Do me a favor before you get up out of here. I need you to hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button for me. And then I need you to share this video. Share this live stream with someone you know that may need to release the false expectations that they've been holding on to, that they've been attached to, that they need to let go of, okay? And then I need you to drop down in the comments and let me know how you enjoyed this video. And what else would you guys like to chat about on Thirsty Thursdays? What y'all want to hear here? What are we talking about? What are we getting into? Drop down in the chat and let me know. And then I need you to subscribe to the tribe if you haven't already done so. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the tribe for all of the vibes. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss when I go live. You don't miss when I post. And yes, honey, thank you guys so much for watching. You know we got to raise the toast before we get up out of here, right? Okay. So grab your glass and let's raise a toast to the lifestyle we love to live the most, the Regal life. Yes, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Bye, queens. Bye, kings. I don't know. Did I even greet you guys? When y'all came in, did I say what's up to the queens? I don't know if I did. But if I did not, real quick before I get out of there. Hey, queens. How you doing, sis? Yes, honey. Adjust that crown and keep it moving, darling. And then my kings. You know I can't forget about you. Shout out to all the kings that stop by the Regal Life, that check in, that support. Kings, how you doing, baby? Y'all all right? Good, good, good. All right, Tribe Regal Life, that is all that I have for today. I will see you on the next Thirsty Thursdays if I don't see you before then. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be regal. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, I forgot to get a girls a little piece of outfit. Okay. Let me get a girls a little piece of fit real quick because I know they might be wondering. Okay, so today's look, honey, it is compliments of Miss Zara, darling. Miss Zara. Yes, you know, Zara, she comes with all of her pieces. And so this is like an oversized cropped jacket. It's a blazer jacket. And it's so cute. I'm thinking about getting it tailored though. I kind of wanted to have a little bit more relaxed fit. But this is a jacket from Zara. And the dress is also from Zara. It's a bodycon, stretchy, pink baby doll dress. Super soft. It's like a strap type of situation here. And it's a little bit lower in the back. But as you can see, I put my blazer on top of it, honey. And then, of course, you know, we beat the hair, the face, put on a couple of jewels, a little bust down that I got when I was on the islands, and some rings and things. And that's pretty much the look. Oh, the shoes. Yes, yes, yes. The shoes are these cute little mules that I got from ASOS. She's been a staple in the closet, honey. I pull her out, throw her on, and I tiptoe on up out of here, okay? Love you guys. Bye.